Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to show you how I make a fabulous salmon. Very delicious. We're gonna use some roasted peppers and make a fabulous sauce. As you can see, I'm using a whole salmon. I'm gonna go ahead and fillet it, and I'll come back and show you how I put this fabulous meal together. All right, our salmon is nice and clean. I went ahead and removed the skin. So now we're gonna cut it, and you could do it into small portions. I think this is about 6-ounce portion. Do you see that salmon? It's nice and fresh. This is wild caught, guys. Excellent. So we're gonna go ahead and cut the rest. And then I like to leave this end a little bit big. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of salmon, guys. So the first thing I'm gonna do is take some fresh lemon, and we're gonna put it all over our salmon. Okay. Now, I'm gonna add some garlic powder. And you can season this however you like. And if you notice, I am not measuring. I'm just eyeballing. I'm going to use some Old Bay seasoning. So we're going to put a little bit of Old Bay on our salmon like this. And I like to use this little Sazon package. And this is the non-MSG one. So I'm going to use some on the back like this. I'm going to flip it over after I season it. And if you notice, we have seasoning that's going all on our board, which is fine because we're going to use that for the side. I'm going to use some fresh cracked black pepper. In my opinion, it gives a nice flavor to your food. And I'm going to also use a little bit of Cajun seasoning, just a little bit. You could use your favorite or whichever you have. This is one that I make myself. So I'm going to go ahead, make sure all of my seasoning sticks on my fish. And we're going to flip it over. We're going to do the same thing. See how beautiful our salmon is, guys? Doesn't get better than this. Nice and fresh. So I'm going to let this marinate. We're going to allow this to sit for about 15 minutes while I get our roasted peppers ready. Okay? And then I'll come right back. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and add some avocado oil, a little bit like this. You can use whatever oil. All right, once it's nice and hot, you wanna add your salmon. Okay, we're gonna allow it to get a nice color. All right, it's been cooking for a few minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and flip them. And we're not allowing them to cook all the way through because we're gonna add them back once we make our sauce. Just let it get a nice color like this. Beautiful. It smells amazing in here. After about a minute, I'm going to go ahead and remove them, and we're going to start our sauce. All right, I removed our fish. I'm gonna add just a little bit more oil. And now I'm gonna add some onions. And I have my stove on a number 3. Okay, that should be enough onion. So we're gonna allow these to cook for about a minute or so. We want them to get a little translucent. Okay. All right, so now what I'm gonna add is I'm gonna use this jar of roasted peppers. Okay, you can, cut your own peppers and roast it, but I'm gonna go ahead and use this one. Okay. We're gonna allow that to cook a little bit with our onions. And I'm gonna season just a little bit. So I'm gonna add just a pinch of salt, like that, just a pinch. And like I said, you can get your own red bell peppers and roast it in the oven or on top of the stove if you have a gas stove. And make my life easier, I just purchased it from the jar. Okay, so we're gonna allow all this to cook together for a few minutes. I'm gonna also add my minced garlic. Okay, I mince these myself. This is not the jar stuff. I freeze them, and when I get ready to use them, I just leave them out for a few minutes so they can thaw out. Now we're going to allow all this to cook, maybe for another couple of minutes, and then we're going to blend all of this together so we can create our delicious, delicious sauce to put our salmon in. It smells amazing in here, guys. All right, so I'm going to allow this to cook for a few minutes, then I'll come back and show you what I do. All right, I went ahead and used my food processor, and I blend up our onions, garlic, and roasted peppers. I'm gonna just add just a little bit of water. A little bit of water, because I want to get all of this out of there. Okay, like this. See, it was just a little bit. I'm gonna add some crushed red peppers because I want just a little heat, but not too much heat. I'm gonna add some in like that. I'm gonna add in some black pepper, just a little bit. I'm gonna add in some heavy cream, like that. It smells so nice. If you want, you can add some wine to this, but I'm not adding any. That is fabulous. I'm gonna add just a little bit more cream. I want it nice and creamy. I'm gonna add a pinch of salt. You don't want to overdo it with the salt because our salmon is already nice and seasoned. And I'm also going to add, that is fabulous. And now I turned my stove down to a low. Okay. And before I add in, nice. Now that's delicious. I'm gonna add in just a little bit of Parmesan, not a lot at all. So that's why I was telling you, do not add too much salt because our Parmesan has salt in it. So we don't want it to be salty. Just a little bit like that. Beautiful. So I'm going to add my salmon back in. And I'm going to put the lid on and we're going to allow this to cook for a few more minutes. All right, we had this simmering on a medium-low heat for about, I would say 5 minutes. Our salmon is cooked all the way through. Very, very delicious. As you can see, I garnished it with some fresh parsley. Our sauce is fabulous, 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 guys. Until next time, please like, comment. Do not forget to subscribe. Delicious.